Okay, gorgeous souls. It's time for another podcast episode. I always get so excited when I start recording because I always have my baby carrying around with me. And whenever I put on my mic, she starts laughing. So the podcast or like whatever audio I record for my members, it always starts in such a fun way because she always starts laughing right away. Anyhow, I don't know where this podcast is going to be about because sometimes I'll have like this clear picture or information that I want to share. It's be like, oh, okay, you got to share this. And then other times I just hear Spirit tell me, record it now. And I'm like, what the heck am I going to record? But the sentence that came through for me, it's something I picked up this week. I don't know where I picked it up, but I wrote it down in my journal and it kept playing in my mind. Like the words were, I don't know exactly where I'm going, how I'm going to get there, but I know that I am going to get there. And I love those words so freaking bad because it's really my life theme, right? Because I do not always have clarity. It's part of my human design that I don't always have clarity. It has to do with gate 13 in my human design chart. And it really means that a lot of the times I do not have clarity and I just don't know what the heck I'm doing. Where am I going? I don't know. Or at least I do know where I'm going, but I don't know the exact steps they're going to take me there, right? So that sentence just hit home for me because I'm like, yes, that's me. That's me. Like the she said, I do remember where I read it. I read it, I think, in an article. She said like chaos is my roadmap. I'm like, yes, chaos is my roadmap. I had this conversation with my mom the other day and she was asking me how I actually work, right? And I'm like, well, most of the time I work at night when she's asleep. And she's like, okay, but how does it work? Do you sit behind your desk? I'm like, no, Zoe still sleeps on top of me. She's like, you're working with with Zoe Sophia on top of you? I'm like, yes. And like, okay, and where are you at that point? I'm like, in bed. I'm just laying in bed with her on top of me, and then my books and my laptop and my pens and everything in the bed. And she's like, oh my goodness, Soph. I remember when you were little and you were at high school, I would always find you doing your homework in your bed, always with this chaos around you. And she's like, I'm so completely different. She said, when I was in high school, I would come back home, sit behind my desk, orderly look at what all the work that I had to do it, make sure I would finish it before dinner because after dinner I didn't want to do anything considering schoolwork. And that was it. I was so organized, Sophie, and you are so chaotic. I'm like, I know, Mom, but you are a projector. I am a manifesting generator, so I am chaos. Oh, I know. Lucky for me, my baby girl is also a manifesting generator. I don't know if it's lucky for me, but I absolutely love the fact that we are both manifesting generators because I just feel like I can learn her so well how to be a freaking aligned manifesting generator. I truly believe that's like part of my gift. Teaching other manifesting generators how to be an aligned manifesting generator because as manifesting generators, and I think any type, by the way, but especially reflectors, by the way, as well, and projectors, reflectors, manifestors, generators. Also, every type can feel misunderstood, but let me just speak for manifesting generators because I am a manifesting generator, right? So, as a manifesting generator, I I realize now that I've done so many things in my life and really adapted so many conditioning around how you should be, which is in total contradiction of my human design, right? So me as a manifesting generator, I am supposed to be all over the place. I'm supposed to be a little crazy. And it's so funny because I'm doing Currently, I'm doing another challenge in my WhatsApp container workspace. I just love, like, I'm only working through WhatsApp at this moment. I don't do Kajabi. I don't do any automated courses. I don't do any of that stuff. If you work with me, you work directly with me in WhatsApp. I don't care what you pay. I don't care if you're in a free challenge, if you are paying me 10K a month or $10. I really don't care. You will work with me directly. I have to feel your energy. That's just the way it has to be. Because otherwise, I don't feel the connection. And if I don't feel the connection, I cannot provide you like the right content, right? So I'm hoping you can hear me, because my daughter is actually right now biting my fingers, and I think you can hear that sound. Anyhow, that has to do mainly as well, that it doesn't have to do so much with me being a manifesting generator, but it has to do more with me like being the responding kind of type. So I really need energy to respond to. And if you are a manifesting generator or you are a generator, you are responding in your energy type, and that just means you really need to vibe off other people's energy. So that's why I really like the WhatsApp container. But like I said, I have so many things. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, this is like a typical typical manifesting generator episode from me. Lekker chaotic. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that I have currently a lot of manifesting generators in my 7-day challenge in my WhatsApp container. And I work with these really fun exercises. Like, my challenges are really fun. I always get back from people like, oh my God, Sophie, this is so much fun. Your energy is like, oh my goodness. That's my gift, right? I can really energetically light you up. So I will ask these questions, and we'll do these writing exercises together. And their answers, like whenever a manifesting generator sends me back their answer, I am literally jumping up and down. I'm like, oh my God, yes. But that's because that's the gift of manifesting generators, right? They really light you up. That's our gift. So whenever I get like the answers from manifesting generators, I'm like, yes. And I'm also like, oh my God, yes, that is me. And it's always she's laughing at me again. It's always like these types of answers of like, oh, I just really love the fact that I'm so crazy, and I love the fact that I'm all over the place. And because I really like one of the assignments in this 7-day challenge, I always create different challenges, right? Because I can do something the same. I can't do the same thing over and over again. Then it becomes a trick. If it becomes a trick, my energy isn't in it, and people will feel it and doesn't do anything, because it's not about the content, right? It's about the energy. So it doesn't really matter what I share. It just comes down to me sharing my energy. So I always feel like, okay, what really feels aligned to me right now? And I always tap into the clients that actually apply for the challenge. I check into their energy, and I feel like what will really resonate with them. And then I just create. So this time around, I had these questions that I actually had you write down like statements that you didn't like about yourself, and then turn it around in love statements. And this is not about, like, this is so interesting, because a lot of people think, like, if you say, okay, I hate about myself that I'm always so critical, right? Our tendency is to think, okay, then I have to say, I love myself for not being critical. No. That's not the way to go. You want to love the parts of you that you don't love. So you don't say, I love the fact that I am not critical. You will say, I just love this freaking amazing woman who is still so amazingly critical on herself. It makes such a difference. I really hope you can feel it even when I say it. When you just say, I freaking love myself for the things I judge about myself. Because if you use the other statements, you're actually trying to change who you are. You're saying, I cannot be critical. I have to be non-critical. No. Love yourself for being critical. That's your superpower. That's your gift. That is your gift. I am telling you. Okay, 1 second. Let me just find something for her. Oh, kiss, baby. Oh, here we go. So that's one of the exercises I do, right? I have recorded another episode. I recorded that a couple of days ago. I haven't shared it yet. And that episode is actually about your undefined and defined centers in human design. And I really want to invite you to listen to that episode, because if it totally resonates with you, I have recorded a paid masterclass about your undefined and defined centers. And I really, really believe that if you are into human design and you are looking for like more in-depth info about how you can use your human design chart, and especially your defined and undefined centers, to unlock more wealth in your life, to let that energy really flow, because that's it, right? Because when we live in authenticity with who we really are, then the energy flows. And when the energy flows, money, wealth, joy, abundance, whatever it is that you are looking for, will start flowing. But if you are not living authentically to your design, it cannot flow. So look out for the next episode, because I will tell you more about the paid masterclass. I mean, it's freaking amazing. Further, like besides that, you can work with me for free for 5 days if you are a manifesting generator and you want to explore how it is to work with me and this little gremlin at the background. Then you can send hell yes, I am in. We work together for 5 days for free, and then you can sort of see what the fuck happens. And then after that, you can decide if you want to continue to work with me. And that's about it, I think, for now. I have tons of things to share, but that's not for now. This is what I just really want to record right now. It's a little chaotic, so I'm very sorry for all the reflectors and all the manifestors and all the generators, or for whoever who's thinking, what the heck, Soph? How can you record an episode like this? I know my mom is going to be like, oh my God, how can she record an episode with so much sound in the background? I can. So if you don't want to listen to it, you can just turn it off. I'm pretty sure that all the manifesting generators are like, oh my God, yes, I love this episode, because it just gives me total permission to be myself. If Soph can be herself and do this crazy way of working, then I can do it as well, right? And that's like, I really believe that's part of my gift, like really, really showing people. By really being my authentic self, I'm giving you permission to be yourself as well. Okay, now it's time to pay attention to my baby. Eh? Now it's her time. I'm gonna be present with her. We're gonna play a little bit. Okay, bye for now, guys. Ciao.